Say this because I literally found myself like looking back in situations, not have having conversations when I could have. A conversation that I could have had 6 months ago, I'm having 6 months in the future, and that conversation could have changed the whole trajectory of how this went. Here's what I want to start at. We'll read y'all what my note says. It says, you think you're being P. You think you're being P. You think you're protecting your feelings, but you're really being prideful. 3 P's. Being P, protecting, and pride. So I say this is just a personal thing of mine. I have a very avoidant type of attachment style. It's something I'm gonna tell y'all, be the first one to tell y'all, it's something wrong with me in multiple aspects, but I'm working on it. In this situation or form, I would say I have this thing where I feel like if somebody does something to you, especially when it comes to men, I feel like people know what they did to you. And I'm not saying it's for everybody, but a lot of the time people know what they did to you. People know they did something wrong to you. And I think silence is golden. People don't always deserve explanations or to be told. I don't feel like conversations are always needed, to say the least. And I'm not going to say that still doesn't hold true in some situations. However, I'm going to say for me personally, and if this is you, you know who you are. You are using silence as the golden rule. You're using your silent treatment, or I don't even say treatment, disconnecting, no comment, no reach back out, no nothing, because you don't want to get your feelings hurt, or you're scared to tell somebody how you feel about something. Be positive. It could be bad. You are saying that, but honestly, it's low-key fear and it's low-key pride. I used to think I was just so cool, I'm not explaining nothing to nobody, I'm not telling nobody about nothing, da, 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 da. And honestly, to my downfall to some things, but sometimes, again, it was right. But the source of that really being, I'm too prideful to even have the opportunity to get my feelings hurt. Emotion, vulnerability is something that you should share with people. I'm not saying let your guard down to everybody all the time. Use your discernment. However, you not wanting to say something to somebody or reach out to somebody or something, anything of that nature, if you think about it, it's probably rooted in pride, and that's the God honest truth. I say this because I literally found myself looking back in situations, not have having conversations when I could have. A conversation that I could have had 6 months ago, I'm having 6 months in the future, and that conversation could have changed the whole trajectory of how this went. Sometimes it just is what it is. It is what it is. And it's also a thing of, sometimes you think people know what they did to you, and it's not to play victim or anything like that, but people don't even know how you feel. It could be all a miscommunication. It could be a misunderstanding. It could be you scared of something, and that person may be just as scared. It's always the rule of, hey, if they wanted to, they would, which is, again, I'm not saying that some of these sayings and these sentiments are not true to some extent. However, I think there's always there's always some leeway in that. Don't always think you're the exception to rule. You should probably go with the rule 9 times out of 10. But some things you gotta just test and see. Seriously. Stop sitting in your chest. Stop sitting in your head with your knees together and your head between your legs because you didn't say something or you didn't express something. Even again, if it does not change it. But I will tell you, sometimes you have to get things off of your chest to get it out of your spirit. And that comes for a lot of things. You say you forgave somebody, but you can treat them nice, but you still got that bitterness. You still got that feeling in your heart. You need to be honest. You need to be honest. Truth is the root. It's the solution to a lot of things. And love covers a multitude of sins. You got to be truthful, and you have to be loving. You can't have one without the other. You can't just pick and choose which one you want to do.